Joining me now is 2015 MRS President Oliver Kraft, and he is here to talk about his term and focus for his time in office. And thanks for joining me.
Good morning. Yeah.
A lot of research and a lot to discuss this week. Let's talk about your term as MRS President. Several months into it now, and what are you working on?
Well, we have started last year or in the last 2 years to increase our industry involvement again. And around that, we have fostered a number of activities, and I think some of them are quite successful. So, for instance, we had at the last fall meeting a symposium or an event that was called Innovation in Material Science, and where we gathered innovators, venture capitalists, people from industry, educators, and that was in one packed room, and they were talking about innovation, how to get materials research from the lab bench to the marketplace. And I think so. These kind of activities are sort of that I think are important to get our attendees and members involved and think about innovation, and that will, I think, eventually also bring back industry to our meetings. I mean, they're still here, but bring back more of them, I'd say.
You're talking about another goal is strengthening international participation in MRS, in particular with the university chapter program. So what are some of the developments going on in that avenue?
Well, I think our university chapter program is very successful. We had a number of new members last year and also being announced this year at this meeting. So that's one activity, and of course then it's important there to get them involved, that they have the opportunity to network. But the other thing which is very important to us is to broaden our volunteer base, and so that the volunteer base is reflecting our membership. And I think that's very well achieved, let's say, with international volunteers from Europe, but quite honestly, we would be happy to involve more people from Asia. And so that's one of our targets there, to try to get more on board and help us with our meetings and organizing symposia and so on.
What are some of the talks or events you're looking forward to at this meeting? Obviously, there's so many, and you probably can't go to each and every one of them, but
right.
Are there some highlights or some ones that you plan to attend?
Well, as you say, I think there are many things going on, and of course 50 technical symposia, that's hundreds of invited talks, and I'd love to go to many of those. But I'd like to pick, I think, 2 events. The one would be tonight, that's the Kavli lectureship on nanoscience, given by Hong-Yu Fan, and so he's talking about nanomaterials under stress and how you can use that to engineer materials, and that's related to my own work, so that's why I'm very much looking forward to that. And as a non-technical event, I'm very much looking forward to the Women in Material Science breakfast on Thursday morning. I've been to a couple of them in recent years, and that were always exciting talks, and I think it's very important. The subject this week is on how do we get more females, women into leadership positions, and I think that's very important to all of us in STEM, in the STEM field.
Absolutely. This is the final MRS spring meeting in San Francisco, and so it's going to move to 2016 Phoenix. And so what are the things you're looking forward to as it moves to Phoenix? I'm
very excited about Phoenix, and I think with respect to the meeting, the most exciting thing is that we have all what's going on here is done under one roof in one big convention center, and that offers a lot of opportunities with respect to technical programming, but also to include all these activities that we were talking about, like industry engagement and broader impact programming events. And so that can be all tailored into one really nice program under one roof. And so I'm very much looking forward to that, and I think that will really improve the meeting quality and the meeting experience for the attendees.
Well, I was going to say that it's an indication of just how large this conference is, that you need it under one roof, and that's the basis for the move, correct?
Right.
So you're not in different areas at Moscone and different parts of the hotels. You'll be in one area in Phoenix.
And interestingly, I think that already was caught by our members, since we have received, I think, record number of proposals for technical symposia at Phoenix. So I think our members are also excited to move there and to be part of it.
Right, but a lot of work to be done here in San Francisco this week, and I thank you very much, President Oliver Kraft, for your time, and enjoy.
Yeah, thank you very much.